Welcome to another episode of Town Hall Meeting with the Mayor. I am your host, Eugene Man Roberts, and today I got a chance to I love meeting people, and I got a chance to connect with Thana Alexa through Roland, and we just chopped it up and built a brother sisterhood. So let's just jump straight into it. Thana Alexa, everybody.
What's up, sis? How you doing?
How you doing? It's
you know what?
It's good to talk to you.
Yeah, good to talk to you as well. It's really nice outside.
Finally,
I just came from a morning walk. I do a morning walk as often as I can, just to stay energized,
just to clear the head, move the body a little bit.
It's just like live Philly Facebook that a couple of like some of the legendary musicians I had the chance to grow up under, and different people that have relationships. They get on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So when I'm doing my walk in the morning, I like try to, I'm walking, I'm listening to that, and I'm like commenting.
It's perfect.
That whole thing. Next thing you know, you look up and it's like I've been walking for an hour and a half. It's like then I look.
It's
down
good. I mean, we need to move. We're so sedentary. We're just sitting in our rooms and in our screens. I mean, we gotta go outside. And I mean, you're on the East Coast. I'm on the East Coast. I'm in New York City, so we know we've a lot of rain.
Yeah,
and,
a lot of rain.
It's really nice once the sun comes out.
The weather is good. It's super cool to be able to get out and enjoy the fresh air within the limit.
Oh yeah, we gotta keep it not so active.
Yeah, I think it's Little Duval that says "I love you, but stay away."
Exactly.
What all do you have going on right now? What have you been up to? I know you've been busy making
some content. Yeah, I've been busy. I mean, when the whole situation happened, when the lockdown happened, quarantine happened, the whole pandemic hit the States. I mean, I was preparing to be in a touring year. I released a record on March 27th. And, I had a whole, Bandcamp, Thana Alexa. It's called Ona. I was in a touring year, so I was preparing to go, on an East Coast tour, a West Coast tour, a Europe tour. The whole rest of the year was going to be touring for me. So all of a sudden, I had this, first of all, loss of work and just loss of ability to have this creative output also. And I've been building up this record for so long. I raised all of the money. It was a long process to do this record. I produced it myself. I did all of the editing, all of the post-production. It was a big project for me. Thank you. Female producers, here we are. And so, to release it, I mean, the release was actually better than I had hoped, because I think everybody was home. So everybody was more into listening. Everybody just wanted more content to experience. But, I couldn't do any of the live shows. So I had been kind of starting to think about how, selfishly, how I could get my music out there. And, I'm a looping artist. And so I do a lot of stuff with my RC505. I mean, I incorporate that in my band in almost every tune. I use a lot of effects. I use a lot of looping. But of course I use that in conjunction with the band. I never do an entire show, just me. So I was, kind of trying to figure out how to break down the music from this record and make it possible to do solo. So that was, my first little project. But then I started to see all of my friends and colleagues and everybody who had canceled gigs, canceled tours, everything. And the whole musician community was hurting so much. And so 2 friends of mine and we got together, and we actually created the first ever online music festival called Live from Our Living Rooms. And that was at the very beginning of the pandemic. And we created a week-long festival with 4 live streamed events a day between April 1st and April 7th. And we had some of the biggest names in jazz, like, Chick Corea, Bill Frisell, Christian McBride, Linda O. Amazing. I mean, these are like big names in jazz.
Yeah.
And And so we put on this festival and fundraiser, and we raised over $59,000, and we were able to give 65 performance grants to New York City-based musicians who were suffering as a result of this thing. So
round of applause for that. Hello.
Yeah.
Man,
that was
know,
amazing thing.
just so you know, anything you need from me, anything I can help to do, anything, just let me know. I got you.
Thank you. Thank you. And we're actually, you know, we did this festival, we did the initial fundraiser, we, you know, had all of our grant applications, and then we went through everything. And now we're starting our second phase of Live from Our Living Rooms, which is going to start on June 1st. And we're doing basically a creative summit and another fundraiser. So we're just going to continue, but this time, instead of artists donating their time, we're actually paying them. So all events will be donation-based tickets, workshops, webinars, and live stream concerts. But, you know, there's an interesting thing that you know, you're not only getting to see these artists, but a portion of what's made from each one of these live streamed events will go funnel itself back into the fundraiser.
Right.
And now we're expanding it so that we're not just going to be supporting New York based musicians. It's going to be, you know, US based musicians.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let me know. I'm down to get the Philly scene involved.
That would be amazing.
Keep getting it going. You know, that's why, again, I love this platform. Shout out to Roland for it, because it gives us the opportunity to, you know, collaborate with ideas, collaborate with projects, collaborate with giving back, collaborate with, you know, just building a network. And, you know, through all of this, I just try to encourage people to just build relationships with as many people as you can, because once this is all over, you still want to have relationships and you want to be able to hone in all of these things. So as you're traveling to different countries and different cities and states, now you have these new friends that you met and you didn't probably created a whole album with, you know, that type of thing. So even with the Rolling at Home thing, like, I love that a lot of people are being creative, and I enjoy seeing a lot of the collaboration videos. I ain't even gonna lie, I really do.
Yeah. Like I mean, it's amazing. It's, you know, and it's also a lot of pressure on artists right now to create something beautiful out of something, because, you know, whenever things go wrong in the world, it's kind of up to the artists to figure out how to express, we become these filters.
Yeah.
But it's also difficult to be, but it's also difficult to be inspired with this lack of stimuli too. You know, I mean, it's
right.
You know, we're all doing our best, but I also am completely understanding of all of us when we get into those moments where we don't really know what to do. You know, some days we're feeling that, you know, amazing music, and then some days we just don't know really what to do. So I think, you know, continuing to do music and to connect with other artists, that is the stimuli that we need right now. And just being good to ourselves, you know, just understanding where we are each day. And
I would say tell the people something that they should, you know, be doing right now, but you're just naturally doing it, which I love.
But what I want everybody to understand is that, you know, I organized this Live from Our Living Rooms thing, and we, you know, continue with myself and the team to plan this platform and create work for other artists. And I'm doing my solo looping thing and all of my live stream shows. But I'm also, you know, there are days when it doesn't come that easy. And so, you know, I think it's also, you know, the danger of social media, that we all think we see what everybody else is doing in the moments when they're doing well. And and it's hard in this time to feel like everybody's doing great. You know, everybody's doing what they can, doing the most with what they have and what they can. And that's I think the inspirational part of it.
Yeah, I call it the blessing and the curse of the internet. You go on there for positivity, but then sometimes you know, as artists don't feel discouraged because you see another artist and they have something great going on. You don't know how long it took them to get it great. And I think that's the thing people don't understand.
Yeah. And, you know, for me, this pandemic, like I was saying, it wasn't just, it wasn't just that my record came out. Also, a bunch of things started happening in the moment when my record came out. I came out on the cover of Downbeat magazine, which was a huge deal.
Amazing.
For you know, which,
congratulations on that.
Thank you. For a jazz musician, that's like the top of the top that you can ever get to.
Right.
And so when that happened, it was right in the middle of the pandemic. And, yes, a lot of people saw it, but it can't result in tours and gigs and, or at least until 2021 or 2022. I don't know what we're looking at right now. So, it's been an interesting thing to navigate. But I really feel like having my setup, with my RC 505, which has been, it's been an incredible asset, because I don't band, so I just create the band, and my husband is an incredible drummer, composer, Grammy winner, film scorer, he does incredible things. And so we actually this year at NAMM, we got to get him on. Yeah. So we, in January at NAMM, we basically did a duo thing with all my pedals and effects. And, it was kind of something that we had been threatening to do for a while, but we had never actually done it. And then to do it live. And now that we're in this quarantine by ourselves, we've been going deeper into that. How can I,
that was like a trial run.
Become this, that was the trial run. And now we're like really working on it. And we've done a bunch of live stream shows. We did a live stream video for NPR's Jazz Night in America. We did something for the Kennedy Center. And, so we continue to do stuff together. But then the other night I did my first...
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that I did my first solo show, because we had been doing these duo shows. And so I did my first solo live stream show, which was so liberating, just to feel like, yes, I can do it on. And thank you, Roland and Boss, for giving me this tool that allows me to do that.
Right. Who's someone you would love to collaborate with?
Wow. So many people.
I'll give you 3. I'll let you pick 3.
Okay. You mean specifically in this pandemic, like if I could send somebody a track or?
Either or, honestly.
I would love to collaborate with someone like Esperanza Spalding.
Yes. She's a really nice person too.
Yeah, she's a really great person, amazing musician, amazing vocalist, instrumentalist, also producer. I would love to also collaborate with someone who really deals with production, someone who creates their own sounds, someone, because I am a jazz vocalist, composer, but my music, crosses these boundaries into some kind of electronic stuff, sometimes a little world music. So I really love to work with a producer who creates sounds and uses samples and basically have me use my looping setup to create something crazy on top of that.
Well,
who that would be, not sure, but
fun fact, I'll be that person. I'll be that person in the small part of it.
Let's do it.
When I've been just like cutting a bunch of cool different samples and making different sounds and different things. Like I'm sure and I got them labeled in tempos in the key and different things. And I actually have the stems of some of them so you can dump them in and cut what you want out of them. Like that's pretty cool. So this is kind of like my world.
Ooh, that's
kind of like
killing setup. Oh man.
So, I'm going through all my different stuff and having the different sounds and layering and creating. So that's what I've been up to. So yeah, that's amazing. Hey, people, stay tuned. A Rolling at Home collaboration. We might get this thing going. You never know.
We can do it.
But yeah, I'll definitely send you a Dropbox link to a bunch of samples and different things.
I love that.
And just, do what you do. Do what you do.
And this is time to do it. I really just want to dive into something because the production based stuff is something that requires the time and requires you to be in your world for, a certain amount of time, just working on that thing. And, this is the time to do that.
Yeah. I want to say thank you because honestly, some people are so great and they think they can do everything, but I think to me, people are way more greater when they're also great, but they know, like, hey, listen, this isn't my lane. There are people that do this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't do
we
that.
got to learn how to do it. We got to, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, learn how to do it, but also understand, like, you respect other people that do, like, they do that. So I respect the person that does that, you know, like even me as a music director, when I hire people, you know, I might hire a secondary keyboard player because that's, you know, they want somebody that's going to play this classical virtuoso stuff. I'm great, but I need a baby Beethoven. I don't know. I need somebody that's that, like, you know, and you just hire people that do that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I want to learn from somebody. Exactly. I want to learn from somebody who does something completely different from what I do and see how we can incorporate one into the other.
Right. Yeah, well, this is amazing. We're going to end up, I know we're going to end up doing some cool sessions or doing something.
We are.
Put out some cool music. Get your husband.
Yeah.
And we're going to be. Yeah.
I mean, he's actually delving into that in a huge way too. He's been doing a solo record that is basically just him taking music from singers and hip hop artists and basically they send him like sketches of tunes. And then he completely remixes them and reproduces them and then adds drums. Amazing. And so, I mean, it's, you know, we're both getting into this production world that, you know, it's the possibilities are endless.
Yeah. I think that's what makes it cool when you find that part of saying, you know, I'm never done learning. I want to keep learning. I want to grow. I want to do better. Like my whole thing has been, this learning this video thing and learning, like, you know, it's just so many different worlds and the delays, and you got to delay the video from the audio, and you got to do this and you got to do that. And it's just like, okay, I didn't know that, you know, but, you know, thank God I'm like catching on and doing what I can do. And I have friends and different people I can call on to help me. Shout out to Ed Diaz. Yeah. Ed does a lot of cool rolling videos and stuff, and he's like my guru. He's like I forgot the guy's name on Batman, but he's my dude back then that deals with all my technology and helps me and guides me through picking cameras and, you know, using my Roland switcher and different things. So shout out to Ed Diaz. But you know, like I said, outside of this, I think the collaborations and the relationships that are being built just through technology, like Zoom, like, you know, having Zoom calls with your family and friends and different things. Like I'm randomly the person that I'll make a Zoom link and I'll just send it to 20 people and just see who gets on in 15 minutes. Just like half of my family,
that's a good tactic. That's a good tactic.
Half of my family's like, well, you know, how come I didn't get on? I'm like, bro, you was asleep. I'm sorry. I don't know. We just got on. Literally the other day, like my dad, he's just like, my dad is like, what's this Zoom thing everybody talking about? So I walked him through like the whole Zoom. He was like, so anybody can get on here? I was like, yeah, watch this. So I went to a family group chat and I just put the link in there like, hey, my dad's on here. He wants to see everybody. It was like 20 of us on in like 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
no, I mean,
that's
it's been incredible. Just those connections that people have been able to make over the internet. And one thing that's going to be incredible and groundbreaking, you know, especially for jazz musicians, because, you know, jazz is an improvised music and so much of it is what happens in the moment between musicians listening to each time, improvising. So when somebody comes up with that technology that allows people in two different places to play together without real latency, that's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
Until then, these collaborations where, you know, it's basically, you know, two people working on something, you know, you have a click track and some person sends the stem of something else.
I think the collaboration is a good sketch.
Yeah.
You know, so when things lighten up and people can actually be in the same space, now it's just like, hey, remember that tune we did? All right, we got the A section, the B section, and we got the vamp, and we got the solo sections. We have it all, and now we know what we're doing. It's just, you know, playing it live. It's just having that sketch in the record, which is pretty cool, too. I mean, that's kind of how I look at it.
Exactly. And, you know, I think people are also just becoming more comfortable with, you know, being exactly who this whole situation is kind of humanized too, because, you know, you see these artists who are, you know, idols to you. They do so many amazing things, but everybody's at home. Everybody's in the same situation.
Yeah,
It's not
we're
like,
all the same.
you know, we're all the same, and everybody's just dealing with what they've got. And that's the beauty of it, that everybody's really just doing their best. And that's inspirational.
Yeah, I agree. Well, people, we could talk for a long time. We might do a part 2. We're gonna bring hubby in. We're gonna do a part 2. We're gonna talk about the duos.
We can do some playing.
Going on. We're gonna do some playing. Yeah, we're gonna do some playing. Yes, we're gonna do some playing.
We're
do some
gonna
collaboration.
do some stemming too.
Hey, there we go. Look out for that too. Look out for the collaboration.
We're gonna do a new. That's right. The collaboration hashtag stem this.
Stem of this. That is funny. But, you know, thank you so much for joining me and having this cool little talk. Tell everybody where to find your album and the title of the album again, because right after this, we're going to play some cool content from you, some stuff, some highlight reels, and we're going to promote your record. We're going to promote everything you're doing. People, everybody stay tuned to everything she's doing with the concerts at home and just that whole thing. We want you. We want you to be a part of this. We want you, your friends, to be a part of this. We want everybody to be a part of this stay-at-home concert series that she's doing from the living room. And
yeah. So thank you again. My name is Thana Alexa. You can find me Instagram, Facebook. Thana is Thana. My album is called Ona, which means she in Croatian, and it's a celebration of the lives of women, everything we go through, all of our relationships, our emotions, our experiences, and shout out to all of the, you know, amazing supporters at Roland and Boss, and, you know, just everybody that allows us to continue doing what we do. And thank you so much for spending the time with me today.
No problem. Thank you. Everybody, we're over and out. Town hall meeting with the mayor. We out of here.
You got it.
So, like I told you, we built a relationship. Now that's my sister. We doing some things. Shh, don't tell nobody. We collaborate and doing some cool things. But until the next time, make sure y'all check Thana Alexa out and check out Town Hall Meeting with the Mayor. We on YouTube. We on IG Live. We everywhere now, baby. We everywhere. So shout out to Roland. Shout out to my Roland folks. Y'all already know Joel, Nelly, Kristen, Brian, Igor, Markeith, Squad. Until then, Eugene Man Roberts, aka the Mayor, and I'm out of here. Peace.